Are salespeople motivated by anything else apart from money? Well, in Japan, they are. Hello, my name is Greg Story. I'm the president of Dale Carnegie Training here in Japan. We've been talking about incentive schemes for Japanese salespeople and how difficult it is to actually make incentive schemes work here, because often the base salary and commission structure is not really motivational enough for the salespeople to go out there and really make a major effort. So if you've got that sort of situation and you're not really in a position to change the current situation, because you can't just drop people's salaries and increase the share of commission just by law here, that's not going to happen. But you've actually got to get them to do it for another reason, and it's not going to be the money. They're just not inspired by that extra percentage at risk to really go out there and make a big effort. You have to go back and have a look at how you're leading the people. What is happening with your sales manager? What is happening with your company's leadership of these people? Go back and have a look at how they are motivating themselves. What are the things that are driving them? And it may not just be money. And often we don't have much time for self-awareness, reflection in life, and particularly here in Japan. So maybe it's time to get some self-awareness reflection going. And also, do they have a vision? Do they have a future in mind for themselves that's fairly clearly defined? And have they set goals for themselves? Are they thinking about milestones of achievement where they'd like to get to? I would say, generally speaking, the answer to all those would be no. So here's something to think about. Start working on your sales leaders to really work on their communication skills and their coaching skills to make sure that the capability of the sales team around skill set is right, and also attitudinally is right. And this might be where you start looking at getting them to think about a vision for themselves. They've probably never even written a vision statement for themselves. Now, a vision statement is not some, vague thing, some bizarre structure they're going to write, some, what is that, woo-woo type of thing. No, a vision statement is simply a future point in time and imagining what success would look like if we describe that future point in time with that state of success. So we write it in the present tense, not I am going to. We write it as if we have already achieved it. I am successful because, and we go from there. So we write it in that present tense, I am successful, and we describe what that success looks like, because this is forcing people to think about an aspiration, to think about a goal, to think about some future state that they could actually get to. So you're setting, right, this is where we're going to get to, this is where we want to get to, where you want to get to, because it's your personal vision statement, not mine, yours. It's not the sales leader's vision for you, it's your vision for yourself. But we create a structure, we create a system where they can write that. So they're writing about that, and in that process, they're reflecting on where they are now, and they're thinking, well, I'm here now, but really I'd like to be there, and I'm clarifying what there looks like. This is not vague. This has got to be very detailed and very specific, because if we don't have that, it's very hard to set goals to get there. So we've got a future vision point we're going to get to. We have to set some goals on the way to get there. And those goals will be achieved over a period of time. So they're not going to come in 1 week. They're going to be over a period of months, could even be years. And we start setting timelines around those goals. So we're sort of setting where we're going to get to. We're working backwards to where we are today, to how we're going to get to that future state of success. And then suddenly at the end of this, we have very clear goals, very clear targets, very clear vision in mind where we're going. We've got timelines around how we're going to achieve that, specific goals on the way through, targets to hit on the way through, so we know we're progressing forward. And this gives a lot of clarity to salespeople about what they can be doing to develop themselves and develop for their families as well, because often when you start doing that, you start putting the family in context, or your future in context, in a way you haven't thought so concretely before. And often people are running around with no written down goals. And if you ask the average person, can you show me your written down goals? No. And this is everywhere, not just Japan. They might say, I've got goals, but they're extremely vague, and they're not well thought through, and they don't have timelines, and they don't have specific milestones. So let's give them that for a start. Once they start getting this into their mind, then they have to go and look at how they're going to achieve that, This is where the incentive scheme comes in with be it a bonus or a commission structure, where they can actually start influencing the things they want to do through the money they can earn to get there. Try this, because if the incentive scheme is not working, got to get the sales leaders, communication, coaching skills going. Set some framework for the salespeople to get them around self-awareness, striving to do better, a vision of a future that will be very, very attractive to them because it's something they're writing, and to change their mind frame, to get behavior change, to get there, to make more sales. If you do that, your sales team is really going to get on fire. And let's go for that.